All right, we in Isaiah 5 and 20. It say, woe means destruction unto them that call evil good, right? And good evil, right? That put darkness for light and light for darkness. That put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. So let's go into the front part. It says, woe, destruction unto them that call evil good, right? And good evil. Now, as I was saying, there are 14 books that the Protestant church took out of the Bible, the original 1611 King James Bible. And when you read the book of Malachi, that's the last prophet, then you turn the page, you got a blank page, then you have Matthew, which is Matthew is the start of the New Testament, right? So when you get to Matthew, you're in the Roman Empire. You went from the Persian Mede Empire to the Roman Empire. So all you that's reading the Bible, the Revised Version Bible, you don't even have the right Bible. You don't even have the right scriptures to be able to understand from one captivity of the Persian Mede Empire to the next captivity. The Greeks took down the Persian Medes, right? Alexander the Greek, right? You learn that in school. I mean, that's his curriculum. You're going to learn about him. That's their first emperor. That's in the Bible because the Bible is a history book. So you understand, you get the understanding of history through the Bible. It's real. So now when you go to the first book of the Maccabees in the Apocrypha, the 14 books that the Protestants took out, that should be right after Malachi and then Matthew, after these two books of the Maccabees, we look at verse 1 and 1. It says, and it happened after that Alexander the son of Philip, the Macedonian, this Alexander the Greek, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persian and Medes, and he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece, right? The first over the Greek Empire, Alexander the Greek. So now, I'm here because it says, Isaiah 5 and 20, woe unto them, destruction unto them that call evil good, and good evil, right? So it says, verse 9, it says, when Alexander the Greek reigned for 12 years, from 20 to 32 years old, he died, and he set his 4 generals up, and what did it say happened? And after his death, Alexander the Greek death, they all put crowns upon themselves, so that their sons after them, many years as it is, you know, America's a big corporation. They all some kin, some way or another, that's ruling, the top rulers, and evils were multiplied in the earth. You hear that? So evils multiplied in the earth. And we're going to learn a lot more about that if we get opportunity during the Feast of Dedication. We'll talk about that because we're going to that. We're going back to Isaiah 5 and 20. It says, woe, destruction unto them that call evil good. You know? You're going to say whatever they do that's evil is good. And good, we telling you what's good, evil. That put darkness for light. That put darkness for light. Remember, the people in what? Gross darkness. So you got to say, well, am I in gross darkness? Am I in gross ignorance? Or am I in the light? Am I in darkness or am I in the light? Hip talk. You know, you turn the light off, you're in darkness. You turn the light on, you can see. You know, that's why, they get Isaiah 8 and 20. Isaiah 8 and 20. To the law and to the testimony, according to this word of the Most High, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. So if you can't speak the word of the Most High, you in darkness. And you were part of the people that the Most High told Esau to get into darkness and say evil's multiplied in the earth. So he put you in gross darkness, gross ignorance, not knowing. Hand you the Bible and say, talk to me. You can't talk to him because you don't know it. That's why you got to come and learn. It says, look, woe to these people. Isaiah 5 and 23. Which justify the wicked for a reward and take away the righteousness of the righteous from him. You know? You justify the wicked for a reward. You're going to get some money out of it. Yeah, tell them to do this here, and I'm going to give you this amount of money. Come and do this here. You justify the wicked for a reward. You're going to get something out of it, so you justify what the wicked is saying because he's going to give you incentives to do this. So-called to prevent you from this plague that the Most High put on this earth, which justify the wicked for reward and take away the righteousness of the righteous from him. You know, take away the righteousness of the righteous from him. Always combative against this truth and the men that's bringing forth this truth. When y'all can't really sit down and justify nothing according to thus say the Most High's word, but yet still you're talking against we that really know this Bible, the truth of what this is about and what you're supposed to be doing to reach the kingdom. That's what it's all about. Everlasting light. Therefore, as the fire devoured the stubble, remember they're going to be made as stubble, as the fire divided the stubble and the flame consumed the shaft, so their root shall be as rottenness, and their blossom shall go up as dust, because they have cast away the law of the Most High power of hosts, and despised the word of the Holy One of Israel. Hear that? Hear the word, Yasharala, you got to hear this word. Therefore is the anger of the Most High kindled against his people, and he has stretched forth his hand against them, and has smitten them, and the hills did tremble, and their carcasses, that's their dead bodies, were torn in the midst of the streets. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. See, that's because we didn't want to listen to him. Jeremiah 5:26. Jeremiah 5, until this day. Jeremiah 5:26. Y'all better start open up this Bible and start going over these precepts. Isaiah 5:26. For among my people are found wicked men. You hear that? Most I said, from among his people are found wicked men. They lay wait. They lay in wait to ambush somebody. As he that setteth snares, traps. They set a trap. They catch men, you see. As a cage full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit, lies. Therefore they are become great and waxing rich in the wickedness that they're dealing with and following the way of the evil, the way of this world. They are waxing fat. They shine. Yeah, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. Hear this? They overpass the deeds of the wicked. That's our people. Overpassing the deeds of the wicked. Most I said they doing things in secret that we ain't supposed to, so shameful we ain't supposed to be talking about. They overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper. And the right of the needy do they not judge. See? They not concerned about the poor and the needy, the fatherless. They're not concerned about them. They're concerned about making reward. Fill my pockets up. Like they get on TV and they get on the commercials and say, do this and do that. So the plague don't get you. But the plague's still getting people. Listen. Shall I not visit for these things, said the Most High? See, that's why I say, you got to watch out for the Most High. You looking over your shoulder this way, that way, you better be looking for the Most High. What he say? Shall I not visit for these things? Said the Most High, shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? A wonderful and horrible thing is committed in the land. The prophets prophesied falsely. We ain't under the Most High's law. We Gentile being grafted in. We got to be filled with the Holy Ghost and speak in tongues. And run around the church like a chicken with his head cut off. Talk about that's the Holy Spirit. That's not the Holy Spirit. But myself Shah would be telling people, come out of her. Come out of him. Devil. That's not the Holy Spirit. Not challenged, I can prove it. But we like puppets. We like robots. Just following suit. Go this, do this. That's coming all the way back to the religion structure to the Negroes, the United States of America. From 1620 to now. When you understand that and look at what we're doing and following suit with what somebody else is doing, just doing the same thing. You want to do something, follow the same suit as precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little and there a little. With all these different topics and ways of our life that this Bible covers everything. Do that. Desire to learn of the Most High in the Mashiach Yahushua, in our nation, who we are. The prophets prophesied falsely, and the priests bear rule by their means. Hear that? Their own means. It's not according to thus said the Most High. And my people love to have it so. That's what it say. Speaking of us lies, right? Tell us deceits. You want to hear lies. Tell them the truth, they get an attitude. It ain't with you, they hate the Most High. Because, okay, well, and sometimes like it's been through my life, I say, okay, well, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to open up the Bible and show you what he say. Now you got to deal with the Most High, period. The prophets prophesied falsely, and the priests bear rule by their means. And my people love to have it so. And what will ye do in the end thereof? What you going to do when he come for you? What he say? Shall I not visit for these things? Said the Most High. Should not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? Would you think he's playing? You think he ain't serious? Oh, yeah. You better understand and overstand. Don't get caught up. Jeremiah 9:2. Jeremiah 9:2. Oh, that I had in the wilderness a lodging place of wayfaring men, that I might leave my people and go from them. For they be all adulterers, an assembly of treacherous men. You hear that? Oh, that I had in the wilderness a lodging place of wayfaring men, that I might leave my people and go from them. For they are all adulterers, an assembly of treacherous men. And they bend their tongues like their bows for lies. But they are not valiant for the truth upon the earth. Hear that? 2/3 of our people, we didn't read it. 2/3 of our people are not going to be valiant for this truth. They're not valiant for the truth. They're going to teach lies. They're going to teach lies. But they are not valiant for the truth upon the earth. For they proceed from evil to evil. You hear that? Proceed from evil to evil. And they know not me, said the Most High. It's cold, y'all. But that's us. We're talking about us. Why we easily could be led astray. Psalms 58:3. Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. You hear that? The wicked are estranged from the womb. It's in the womb, being formed to be a baby. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born. Doing what? Speaking lies. Those when they come out of the baby's, excuse me, that's when they come out of the mother's stomach. They speak lies. Goo goo gaga, they lying, they ain't hungry. Goo 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 gaga, goo 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 gaga, whatever they said, they lying. Speaking lies. So from that point on, he's saying they liars. They're going to be lying. But you believe the lie. You believe them. Ecclesiasticus 12:10. Ecclesiasticus 12:10. The Most High told us this. He said, never trust thine enemy. Say, never trust thine enemy. So now, enemy. He said, never trust thine enemy. So who could he be talking about? Let's look at, go to Luke. It said, never trust thine enemy. Because a lot of y'all probably don't know that the Mashiach of Shai called the Romans, so-called white man, the enemy too. Listen. Go to Luke 21:20, first and foremost, right? So Luke 21:20 says, and when you shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. So when you see Jerusalem, he's prophesying that when you see Jerusalem compassed with armies, What armies? The Roman armies. The so-called Italian, Caucasian, superpower of earth, Edomites, armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh, is near. Right? Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains. That's when we fled into Africa. And let them which are in the midst of it depart out. This started from 65 AD all the way to 70 AD. And let not them that are in the countries enter therein, right? For these be the days of vengeance, right? That all things which are written may be fulfilled. Remember it said the violent, it said the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence in Matthew 11 and 12, and the violent take it by force. Here it is, it happened here. These be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. You can read about what happened in Psalms the 79th chapter. See? So, we're looking at, he said, never trust thine enemy, right? So a lot of y'all don't know that Amashek Shai called him the enemy. You don't know that. Let's find out. Look at Luke, the 19th chapter. He said it before. He said this in Luke, the 21st chapter. He said in Luke 19 and 43, for the day shall come upon thee that thine enemies shall cast a trench about thee. Remember what he said in Luke 21 and 20? And when thou shalt see Jerusalem compassed with armies, right? Didn't know that the desolation thereof is nigh or near. This is in 70 AD. From 65 to 70 AD, we was fighting with the Romans. Now it tells you in Luke 19:43, we're looking at, it said, never trust thine enemies, right? Y'all trying to say, oh, my Sheikh Rashad never called them this, that, the third, whatever. Listen what it says. Luke 19:43. For the day shall come upon thee that thine enemies, not your friends, but your enemies, shall cast a trench about thee and compass thee round and keep thee in on every side. When these armies come and surround the city of Jerusalem. But he called them the enemies shall cast a trench about thee. He put a trench. They made a trench all around Jerusalem and compass thee round and keep thee in on every side and shall lay thee even with the ground, kill you. It's called flatline, kill you. And thy children within thee, and to kill the children too. And they shall not leave in thee one stone upon another, because thou knewest not the time of thy visitation. See? So he angry about this, he said, and he went, and then that's when he went and cast out those that sold therein in the temple and bought. He had attitude. When the temple started turning over their money chambers and kicking them out the temple. So now, let's look at, back to Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy. So let's get another one for the enemy. Deuteronomy. I asked a question. How do we come over here in slavery? A lot of us. On what? Slave ships, right? So Deuteronomy 28 chapter and verse 68 says this. We're looking at that enemy. And the Most High shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Egypt means captivity, slavery, and bondage. Again, another time with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there, when you go on these ships, ye shall be sold unto your enemies. Look at your enemies right there. For bondmen and bondwomen. We was on those auction blocks. Who was selling us? Our enemies was selling us for slave men and slave women. And no man shall buy you. Meaning to redeem or save us from the condition that the Most High put us in for breaking his law, statutes, commandments like he told us he's going to do. That's why it's written here. And it happened to us, we the children of Israel. What other people can say this happened to them? Name them. Can the Jewish people say that happened to them? They were sold as bondmen and bondwomen on auction blocks for hundreds of years? I don't think so. But we can. So that's the enemies right there. So the Most High telling us in Ezekiel 12 and 10, never trust thine enemy. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You hear that? Iron rust is slow. So it might take a little time, but let you know, eventually you're going to know that he's wicked. And he have not allowed himself to be made righteous. Remember, it's told you, Wisdom 5 and 7. As for the way of the Most High, the Mashiach Shai, we have not known it. Now you're going to make them know something that the Most High is saying, that this is what they're going to say in the end when salvation is coming on the earth? No. It says, though he humbled himself and go crouching, you'll take good heed of him. Take good heed and beware of him, he's saying. Though he go humbling himself. I have black friends. I love black people. He sound very humble. Say beware. He says take good heed of him and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust or that wickedness has not been altogether wiped away. That's why he said in verse 10, never trust thine enemy. You better understand and overstand. So now, well, we got to follow these laws of the Most High, because it's if you ever think to follow the hands of the living power, and you follow the hands of the living power, and he give you this, he turn you over this. Look, Ecclesiastes 38 and 15. Ecclesiastes 38 and 15. He that sinneth before his maker, let him fall into the hand of the physician. Man, that's serious. Now, I seen a brother today. He had said he went to the hospital. I think he had an accident or something happened, and they had a tube down his throat, had tubes all hooked up to his body. And he said he heard the nurse say, I gave him 3. I hit him 3 times. He shouldn't even be here. He said he took all that stuff out and left that hospital. He was giving testimony on social media. So beware. You beware. The Most High said, hey, he that sinneth before his maker, let him fall into the hand of the physician. Woo. That's serious. That's why you got to come out to the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. You have no choice. Isaiah 56 and 10. Isaiah 56 and 10, because you have people that's perpetrating like everything is cool, but it's like his watchmen are blind. Those that's watching out, supposed to be looking out for the people, say they blind. Like these scientists say they blind. They're all ignorant. Say they all ignorant. The Most High made us different than everybody. He made us different. But we're going to try and be like everybody else. He said, learn not the way of the heathen. We're going to be like everybody else. And going to fall short of him being there for us. Because you lying on something outside from the faith of the Most High. And doing what you're supposed to do. Until the end, like that woman and her 7 sons. I can't bring it out but over and over and over again to you. But not eating something like pork. A piece of bacon. Pork bacon. It was an abomination that they wouldn't eat. They said they'd rather die than defile their bodies. All praise the Most High. That's why they must be recognized. Look at it. Isaiah 56 and 10. His watchmen are blind. They're all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. Now you know, he's saying dumb dogs. Dogs is a name in the New Unger's Bible Dictionary. It says dogs was used by the Israelites pertaining to the Gentiles because of their profaneness and because of homosexuality. And the Mashiach Shai called a Greek woman in Mark 7 and 24 down. He called her dogs. He called them all dogs. She came for him to heal her daughter who had a demon, right, in her. And he says it's not right to take the children's bread and cast it unto the dogs. Now he called them dumb dogs. His watchmen are blind. They're all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark. They ain't barking to let you know that this is right or wrong. They talking about it's right, but it's wrong. They cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. Because what? Most I told them to get what? Into darkness. So they looking around trying to find their way. When it told you, as for the way of the Most High, the Mashiach, we have not known it. The ultimate is the way of the Most High. In the Most High, if you keep His laws, statutes, commandments, because he tell you that position has its purpose. And the Most High can have him to do whatever needs to be done in your benefit. Or, you sinner, take you into the hand of a physician and poof, you out. Take you out. You say, yeah, verse 11, yeah, they are greedy dogs, which can never have enough. Yeah, greedy dogs who can never have enough. No matter how much money they have, they ain't got enough. Always concentrating on money. And they are shepherds that cannot understand. These leaders that's over the people, they don't understand this Bible. They all look to their own way of how they doing things, how I'm gonna do it. Their own way. Everyone for his gain, for his quarter, for his money. How much money I'm gonna get out of this? I'm gonna give you this amount of money, tell your congregation this, okay? Blah, 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 blah. I did it, okay, give my money. Understand, overstand this. But I want to read Isaiah 57:1 because, I'm real sad and belated and really filled with grief and the many of our people that I see is transitioning, leaving this earth, dying. With Isaiah 57:1, it says, the righteous perishes, and no man layeth it to heart. The righteous perish, and no man lay it to their mind. And merciful men are taken away, none considering that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come. So some people are being taken away from Jacob's real trouble. Jacob's trouble. Some people most are taken away from the evil to come. He shall enter into peace. That's beautiful, man. He shall enter into peace. He shall enter into peace. They shall rest in their beds, each one walking in his uprightness. But we have to find out what's right, to do what's right. But if you don't seek righteousness, how you going to know what's righteous to do in your everyday life? And the Most High going to be with you, and you off, you doing things that's not pleasing to Him. Isaiah 62:6. That's why we have those that are going to be taken away from us, and are being taken away from us. That hopefully we'll be able to see them again. Isaiah 62:6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace, day nor night. You hear that? The watchmen that are watching over the children of Israel, which shall never hold their peace, day nor night. You that make mention of the Most High, keep not silent. That's why we here, bringing forth the word of the Most High, and give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. The Most High has sworn, if he sworn by himself, by his right hand, Mashiach Yahushua, and by the arm of his strength, Surely I will no more give thy corn to be meat for thine enemies, and the sons of the stranger shall not drink thy wine for the which thou hast labored. Ain't no more captivity for us, children of Israel. But they that have gathered it shall eat it, and praise the Most High. And they that have bought it together shall drink it in the courts of my holiness. Go through the gates. Prepare ye the way of the people. Cast up the highway. Gather out the stones. Lift up a standard for the people. Behold, the Most High have proclaimed unto the end of the world. Say ye to the daughter of Zion, behold, thy salvation cometh. Our salvation is coming, Yasharallah. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. All they that call them the holy people, and they shall call them the holy people, the redeemed of the Most High, and thou shalt be called, sought out, a city not forsaken. Forever and ever and ever. Forever and ever and ever and ever. Can you say that? Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. A city not forsaken. Meaning the Most High gonna be with us forever and ever and ever. Jeremiah 6:17. Jeremiah 6:17. That's the good news gospel. That's what it's all about. But we got to work hard to get there. Say the righteous seriously going to be saved. Jeremiah 6:17. Also I said, watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will not listen. We will not hearken. Say, hearken to the sound of the trumpet, right? But they say what? We won't listen. Psalms 58:1. The trumpet, right? Hearken to the sound of the trumpet. Isaiah 58:1. Isaiah 58:1. It said, cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet. There go that trumpet right there. As brothers out, lift up their voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgression. What he said, this is supposed to be first and foremost, showing the Most High's people, who we are, the 12 tribes of Israel, how they have transgressed the laws of the Most High in the house of Jacob, their sins. See? That's what we're supposed to be doing. But how they going to know they sinned if they don't know the law? They got to be taught the law. This is right, this is wrong. Or there's a consequence. And you don't want that consequence. Look, because y'all in y'all comfort zone, but go to Micah 2:10. Y'all in your comfort zone, but it say, arise ye and depart. Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. This ain't our rest here. Because it is polluted. It shall destroy you. You hear that? It's polluted and it shall destroy you, even with the sword of destruction. But if you want to be in your comfort zone and think, oh, everything is okay, everything's all right, this is your rest. This ain't your rest. He says polluted. Why is it polluted? Go to Isaiah. Back to Isaiah 47. Isaiah 47 and verse 6. You know, verse 5 told us how the Most High told Esau to get into darkness, right? And once he got in darkness, he colluded the people. He put them in gross darkness. So now, verse 6 of Isaiah 47 says, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance. Right? He polluted his inheritance. His inheritance is the 12 tribes of Israel. And given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy, like we just seen what he did to the mother, in this lesson, the mother and her 7 sons. All of them were tormented and tortured. We just read about the last one and the mother. It said, I have given them in thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient, the elderly, have thou very heavily laid thy yoke. Verse 8. Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwelleth carelessly, that saith in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. Right? They say I ain't gonna sit as no widow. I still have. Widow is a woman that's lost her husband in death. So they say the man not gonna die, right? And they're going to have loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment and in one day. The loss of children and widowhood. I mean, you're going to kill the children and the men. Because the widowhood means the women going to be still there. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries. Hear that? For the multitude of thy sorceries. Remember, that's the way of the Most High. They have not known it. And for the great abundance of thine enchantments. So we went through the rest of it. That's the reason why he's going to do it. But he said he polluted his inheritance, his people, by giving them into the hand of Edomites. Now, when we go to First Ezra 6 and 69, this is not just pollution. It say, First Ezra in the Apocrypha 8 and 69, it says, the nation of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, the princes, the priests and Levites, have not put away from them the strange people of the land, nor the pollutions of the Gentiles. You see? By us getting with, that's what Moses said, learn not to wear the heathen. But we'll mingle them on the heathen and learn their works. So that made us polluted. That's what I say. First Ezra 8:69, the nation of Israel, the princes, the priests and Levites have not put away from them the strange people of the land, nor the pollutions of the Gentiles, to wit of the Canaanites, Hittites, Perizzites, Jebusites, and the Moabites, Egyptian, and Edomites. See? Only these are so-called African people and indigenous, mind you, and the so-called Chinese, Moabites, and Edomites that cause us to be polluted. So-called white people. For both they and their sons have married with their daughters, and the holy seed is mixed with the strange people of the land. And from the beginning of this matter, the rulers and the great men have been partakers of this iniquity. That's wickedness, interracial marriages. So what did they do? First Ezra 6 and 36. All these had taken strange wives, and they put them away and with their children. Thus say the Most High's word. So that's what they did. Now from there, let's look at Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28th chapter. So y'all gotta understand how important it is to be doing what's right in the eyes of the Most High, especially now, since we in these plagues. Deuteronomy 28:15. It says, but it shall come to pass, that's the future, if thou wilt not hearken, listen unto the voice of the Most High thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Right? Let's jump up to verse 59. Then the Most High will make thy plagues wonderful. Talking to us. He's going to make our plagues wonderful. And the plagues of thy seed, that's the children, even great plagues. Like we're seeing right now, all these plagues that's coming on the earth. All over the earth. And of long continuance, meaning it's going to last a long time. It's got diseases and plagues that you can't even get rid of. And sore sicknesses. And of long continuance, meaning they're going to last a long time. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. This to us, Israelites, for not doing what the Most High wants us to do and keeping his laws, statutes, commandments. Also, every sickness, listen to this closely, y'all. Also, every sickness and every plague, which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Most High bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. Hear that? So, a lot of death, y'all. And ye shall be few, and ye shall be left few in number. whereas ye were as the stars of heaven for multitude, because thou wouldest not obey the voice of the Most High thy power. We ain't want to listen to him. That's why we see all these deaths. You know, it's sad because I've never seen as many as I've seen now. Jeremiah 49 and 17. Jeremiah 49 and 17. Also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. You see? He gonna plague their lands. And they gonna know as they go by and look at all the desolate places that they own. I mean, they got the fattest of the land. Say, wow. They're gonna hiss at all the plagues thereof. As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, you know, he burnt them cities down. And the neighbor cities thereof, said the Most High, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. And nobody lives there. Nobody even walk through there. Behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of the Jordan, against the habitations of the strong. But I will suddenly make him run away from her. And who is the chosen man that I may appoint over her? For who is like me, and who will appoint me the time? And who is that shepherd that will stand before me? Therefore hear the counsel of the Most High, that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes, that he hath purpose against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Hear that? The least of the flock gonna draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. Earth is moved at the noise of their fall. Hear the noise of their fall. The earth gonna be moved at the cry of the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. Behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle, and spread his wings over Basra. That's the capital city of Edom. And at that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of a woman in her plagues. They're gonna be like women in her plagues. Whew. Verse 26, therefore her young men shall fall in her streets, and all the men of war shall be cut off in that day, said the Most High Power of hosts. And I will kindle a fire in the wall of Damascus, and it shall consume the palaces of Behadab. Verse 31, it say, arise, get you up unto the wealthy nation that dwelleth without care, no security, said the Most High, which have neither gates nor bars, which dwell alone. Right? The Most High go through all these chapters against all the nations. Jeremiah 50 and 13. Because we're looking at the last nation that's going to be ruling. It says, because of the wrath of the Most High, it shall not be inhabited. You see? Look at, jump up from here so you can know. Verse 9, it says, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country. That's like from Russia. When you read Ezekiel, the 38th chapter. And they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. That's the arrows is what? The missiles. And Chaldea shall be spoiled. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, said the Most High. Because you were glad. Because you rejoiced. O you destroyers of my inheritance, destroyers of the Most High's people, the children of Israel, 12 tribes of Israel. Because ye have grown fat as the heifer at grass and bellow of bulls. Your mother shall be sore confounded. Your mother gonna be sore confused. She that bear you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. That's the nation that's left, going to be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. Because of the wrath of the Most High, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished, and hiss at all her plagues, as we read in previous chapter. So put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Most High. Remember what he said? He told you in, hold that, in Lamentations, this future prophecy though, Lamentations 4:22. Yasharallah first. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion, O 12 tribes of Israel. The punishment of our iniquity, of us breaking the Most High's laws, is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. This is the last captivity we have to be in. What is he going to do? He will visit thine iniquity. He's going to visit your wickedness, the wickedness, O daughter of Edom, of the Edomites. They're going to be judged. He will discover thy sins. That's why he's saying. He will discover their sins. Why it's saying in Jeremiah 50:14, put yourselves in array against Babylon, against America, round about, all ye that bend the bow, all ye that have these missiles, shoot at her, spare no arrows, spare no missiles, for she hath sinned against the Most High. See, Most High remembered her sins. That's why he said the name is 9, it 8. Behold, the eyes of the Most High upon this simple kingdom, I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. Shout against her round about. She hath given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of the Most High. Take vengeance upon her, as she hath done, do unto her. See, that's prophecy. Hosea 13. Hosea 13:14. I will ransom them from the power of the grave. You hear that? I will redeem them from death. O death, I will be thy plagues. O grave, I will be thy destruction. Repentance shall be hid from mine eyes. You hear that? He let you know that repentance, him feeling sorry for this death, and these deaths shall be hid from mine eyes, he's saying. He's not going to even care. That's why Proverbs, y'all better hear what he's saying. Proverbs, him feeling bad about what it is that he's doing. He said, I'm not going to feel that. I'm not going to feel nothing. Proverbs 1:24. Hear the word of the Most High. Proverbs 1:24. All you that say the Bible's talking to everyone, everybody here. Proverbs 1:24. Because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regardeth. This is what he say. Thus say the Most High. But ye have set at naught all my counsel. This is the counsel of the Most High you hearing. So you set at nothing all my counsel. And with none of my reproof. He's still reproving people with his hurricanes, his tornadoes, his fires, his volcano eruptions. They just had a earthquake in Alaska, almost 10.4 or something like that. I mean, they just tore it up. Earthquake in Israel, earthquake in California, earthquakes in diverse places, a lot of places. You see, they said over, thousands of earthquakes in Australia. He said, and with none of my reproof. He said, I also will laugh at your calamity. That's why these destructions are coming on this earth. He said, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. People don't fear the Most High. They don't fear the Most High. He said, but he going to laugh at you when your fear cometh, when you do fear him. You're going to know. So when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, like a tornado, a windstorm, a hurricane. He said, as your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, people losing everything, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. You hear that? You gonna wait till this happens before you develop a relationship with the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. That's serious. For that they hated knowledge, they ain't want to take the time to study and to learn what they're supposed to learn and what this Bible is talking about. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Most High. They were none of my counsel. They despise all my reproof. You hear what he's saying? To his chosen people and to Esau and all the nations that's following them. Got that same mindset. Well, it's a mindset. He said, they were none of my counsel. They despise all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. Hear that? But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. I'll read you again. But whoso hearkeneth, listeneth unto the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, according to his word, shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. They're going to be quiet from fear of evil. Look at go to 2nd Ezra, 8th chapter. Verse 1. Look what he said. And he answered me, saying, the Most High have made this world for many. He made this world for many. But the world to come for few. Yeah? So it's not about numbers. You don't care about numbers. He said he made the world we're in now for many. But the world to come, for few. That's why I say many are called, but few are chosen. He said, I will tell thee a similitude, Ezra, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee, that it giveth much mold, whereof earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh off of. Even so is the course of this present world. Like you say, it's hard to get the gold, as you can get the mold to make earthen vessels. But to get that gold,